The value of time. Life is short, but most people live as if they have infinite time. Here's the truth: an average person lives about 30,000 days. That's it. If you're 30 years old, you've already spent more than 11,000 of those days. They're gone, never to return. "I'll do it someday" is a dangerous phrase. It deceives you, making it seem like there's plenty of time. In the next few minutes, you'll learn powerful strategies to make better use of your time. Not just to manage it, but to live it fully. These are not generic productivity tips, they are deep reflections on how life really works. Chapter 1: Perception of Time and Psychology. Time can play tricks on your mind, and understanding these tricks is the first step to mastering it. Do you remember when you were a child? Summer seemed endless, and a single day could feel like an eternity. Now, years fly by like months. This phenomenon is known as the paradox of temporal units, and it's not just a feeling, it's how your brain works. Here's the science behind it: your brain measures time by recording new experiences. In childhood, everything was new, and your brain was constantly recording, which made time feel slower. As an adult, routines make days blend together. Same breakfast, same commute to work, same TV shows. Your brain literally skips over these repetitive moments, just another normal day. This is called the temporal blindness effect. But there is a way to hack this system. Try taking different routes to work, learning a new skill every month, or talking to strangers. Each new experience forces your brain to pay attention, expanding your perception of time. Additionally, here's the biggest mistake we make: we overestimate what we can accomplish in a day, but grossly underestimate what we can achieve in a year. That's why so many people give up on their goals too early. Chapter 2: Priority Management. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their days with tasks that seem important but, in reality, have no real impact. Here's a powerful tool: the deathbed test. Imagine yourself at 90 years old, looking back. Will you care about that extra hour at the office, or the time you spent with your family? Suddenly, your priorities become crystal clear. While you delay the things that truly matter, life slips through your fingers, one day at a time. Successful people understand something crucial: knowing what not to do is more valuable than knowing what to do. It's the two-list strategy. Write down everything you want to achieve and circle the 3 most important items. Everything else? That's your list of things to avoid. Think of it as compound interest applied to life's choices. Small daily investments in the right priorities multiply over time. But there's an obstacle: social media, unnecessary work, and constant distractions steal your attention from what really matters. The solution? Ruthlessly eliminate what isn't essential. Your time is too precious to waste. Chapter 3: Dynamics of Relationships. Relationships function like emotional bank accounts. Every interaction, no matter how small, is either a deposit or a withdrawal. A sincere compliment? Deposit. Constantly showing up late? Withdrawal. Just like in a real bank, you can't make withdrawals if you haven't made enough deposits beforehand. "I don't understand why they're upset with me," many people say. "I only ask for help when I need it." And there's the problem: most people focus solely on grand gestures, expensive gifts, extravagant celebrations, but ignore the power of small daily deposits. A random message asking how someone is doing, remembering details about their life, or being present during difficult moments. These simple actions build genuine bonds. Here's something counterintuitive: shared suffering creates deeper bonds than shared pleasure. Going through challenges together, overcoming difficulties, facing adversities, generates more meaningful connections than simply having fun. Additionally, don't neglect your weak ties, those casual acquaintances and distant friends. They are your bridges to new opportunities, ideas, and perspectives. Strong ties bring comfort, but weak ties drive your growth. Want to expand your perception of time? Helping others is the ultimate paradox. Giving your time to others makes you feel like you have more of it. It's as if, by investing in someone else, you're also multiplying your own hours. Chapter 4: Career and Purpose. Your best career opportunities aren't where you think they are. They're just beyond your comfort zone, in a space called the adjacent possible, the sweet spot between what you already know and what you can still learn. "I need to stay in my field," many people say. But that's exactly how careers stagnate. Here's a colossal mistake: optimizing for money too early. In your 20s, focus on learning. Every new skill you acquire is like a lottery ticket for future opportunities. Money always follows knowledge. Forget the idea of the corporate ladder, it's a trap. Modern careers are more like climbing playgrounds: lateral, diagonal, and sometimes even backward movements. Each step builds a unique combination of skills that makes you indispensable. I'm comfortable in this job now. Be careful, comfort is the silent enemy of your career. The longer you stay in a role you've already outgrown, the harder it will be to leave. Here's a secret: use productive procrastination. When you're avoiding a task, channel that energy into learning something new. Often, your procrastination projects reveal your true passions. Chapter 5: Health and Vitality. Health is not just about living longer, it is the multiplier of all other areas of your life. Think about it: which version of you is more productive, the one with vibrant energy or the one exhausted after a poor night's sleep? Your vitality determines everything, from your decisions to your personal relationships. Here's a counterintuitive idea: you don't need to make big changes to improve your health. Small daily actions, like quick stretches, short walks, or even deep breathing for 5 minutes, can transform your energy over time. Your body was made to move, not to sit for hours on end. Physical movement not only improves your physical health but also clears your mind. Mental block? Stand up and walk. The solution will come as you move. Another crucial point: sleep is not a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Without it, your brain functions as poorly as someone who is drunk. The promotion you desire, the relationship you're building, everything depends on your brain operating at its full capacity. Sleeping isn't wasting time, it's investing in it. Here's something few people realize: you are two different versions of yourself throughout the day, the morning you and the night you. The morning you makes plans, but the night you has to execute them. Don't let the morning you be a tyrant. Want a simple trick? Try micro workouts: 10 push-ups here, a brief walk there, 5 minutes of stretching. These small movements add up. Remember, the human body was designed to move, not to stay still for 8 hours straight. Physical movement also creates mental clarity. Stuck on a problem? Move. The solution will arise as you get moving. Chapter 6: Learning and Growth. Want to learn anything faster? Teach it to someone else. This is called the teacher effect. Explaining something forces your brain to understand it at a deeper level. But I'm not ready to teach, many say. And that's exactly why you should teach. Your initial struggles make you a better teacher than an expert because you still remember what's confusing for beginners. Here's a powerful tool: use spacing. Instead of studying for hours in one day, spread your learning out over weeks or months. Your brain consolidates knowledge better this way. Another valuable secret: read biographies. Each one offers decades of condensed experiences in just a few hours of reading. Want to avoid common mistakes? Learn from those who've already made them. Being deliberately bad in some areas, what we call strategic amateurism, keeps your mind flexible and your ego in check. Limitations are not your enemies, they are your allies. Limited time, scarce resources, these constraints force creativity. Shakespeare wrote masterpieces within rigid structures of meter and rhyme. Those limitations didn't hinder him, they propelled him. Finally, knowing when to quit is a strategic skill. Quitting quickly on things that don't serve your growth isn't failure, it's creating space for better opportunities. Chapter 7: Emotional Intelligence. Your emotions are not your enemies, they are messengers. Each feeling you experience lasts about 90 seconds in the body. After that, you choose whether to keep feeding that emotion. I can't control how I feel, many say. But here's the truth: while you can't avoid the first wave of emotion, you have full control over the second. It's like driving a car, you decide whether to accelerate or brake. Emotional intelligence isn't just about managing your own emotions, it also involves understanding others' emotions. Showing strategic vulnerability can be more powerful than always seeming perfect. People trust those who are authentic, not those who try to appear invulnerable. Here's a valuable lesson: avoid difficult conversations at the cost of accumulating emotional debt. The longer you delay a problem, the bigger it gets. Resolve small conflicts before they grow. Gratitude is also a powerful tool, but many underestimate it. Expressing gratitude isn't just a nice gesture, it's a way to invest in relationships. Imagine having money in a bank where you can never make a withdrawal. That's unexpressed gratitude. Use it or lose it. Chapter 8: Financial Wisdom. Money isn't just a number in your bank account, it represents something far more valuable: your freedom of time. Here's an uncomfortable truth: earning more money often makes you poorer in terms of time. As your income increases, so does your lifestyle. A bigger house, more maintenance. A more expensive car, more worries. A better neighborhood, more time in traffic. Finally, you can buy everything you want, but that's exactly the trap. Lifestyle inflation is like running on a treadmill: you're moving fast, but you're not getting anywhere. Think about it: what's your real hourly rate? It includes everything you sacrifice for money. Many people prioritize objects, but the truly smart prioritize experiences. Why? Because experiences appreciate over time, while objects generally depreciate. The most valuable financial skill you can develop is creating margins. Living below your means isn't about restriction, it's about creating space for opportunities. That margin is your ticket to true wealth. Chapter 9: Creative Life. Creativity is not a gift reserved for artists or geniuses. It's a skill that anyone can develop. Here's something few people understand: creativity works like a rusty faucet. When you turn it on for the first time, the water comes out murky and dirty. These are your initial bad thoughts, and they are essential. You need to go through them to reach the clear, brilliant ideas. I'm waiting for inspiration, many say. But here's the truth: inspiration doesn't come until you start. Forcing yourself to create, even when it feels difficult, is what clears the faucet. Another crucial point: limitations are not obstacles, they are catalysts. Give someone infinite options, and they'll be paralyzed. Give them clear boundaries, and they'll find creative solutions. Shakespeare wrote some of his best works within the strict rules of meter and rhyme. Those limitations forced his genius. Another key point: separate creation from criticism. Most people try to create and judge at the same time, like driving with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. First, create freely. Then, revise carefully. Document everything. Your early, rough attempts are proof of progress. They show that you're evolving. Want to accelerate your growth even more? Invest in mental models. They are shortcuts to understanding the complex world around you. For example, second-order thinking helps you look beyond immediate consequences. When making decisions, ask, what will happen after what happens? This kind of anticipatory thinking can prevent many costly mistakes. Chapter 10: Personal Energy. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Managing time without managing energy is like trying to drive a car without fuel. Here's something few people do: audit your energy daily. Some activities recharge you, e.g., morning walks, meaningful conversations, while others drain you, e.g., toxic relationships, unnecessary decisions. A powerful idea: use strategic incompetence. Being deliberately bad at non-essential tasks means people will stop asking you to do them. Your energy will be reserved for what truly matters. Additionally, stop relying on willpower. It's like a muscle, it tires with use. Instead, design your environment to make good choices easier. For example, prepare your clothes and meals in advance to save energy for important decisions. Recovery is not a waste of time, it's an investment. Sleeping, resting, and pausing are like machine maintenance: without them, you break down. Remember, well-managed energy multiplies the value of your time. Chapter 11: Social Capital. Success is not just about what you know, it's about who you know. But here's the common mistake: many people confuse social capital with collecting business cards or superficial connections on LinkedIn. True social capital is built through genuine relationships. Here's the simple formula: time plus vulnerability plus shared experiences. There are no shortcuts. Solid relationships are built in small moments: a random message, a quick coffee, a sincere conversation. The most successful people aren't contact collectors, they are connectors. They introduce people who should meet each other. Another insight: constantly invest in maintaining friendships. Don't wait for major life events to reconnect. Build your community before you need it because, by the time you do, it's already too late. Chapter 12 Mental Models. Mental models are shortcuts to understanding the world, but remember, the map is not the territory. Your mental models simplify reality, but they can also distort it. Here's a powerful tool: think in second-order effects. Instead of asking what happens next, ask what happens after what happens. This anticipates non-obvious consequences, another valuable technique, inversion thinking. Instead of asking how can I solve this, ask how am I causing this? Sometimes the solution is to stop doing what's causing the problem. Finally, understand this: knowledge isn't power, understanding is power. Collecting facts is useful, but identifying patterns is transformative. Here's a practical example. Imagine you're trying to improve your health. Instead of focusing solely on exercise, use inversion thinking. Ask yourself, what am I doing that's making me less healthy? It might be overworking or lack of sleep. Addressing these causes could be more effective than adding new habits. Another crucial point: multiple perspectives aren't just useful, they're essential. When you face a problem, try looking at it from different angles. This broadens your understanding and helps you find creative solutions. Remember, true wisdom isn't about accumulating information but connecting ideas in innovative ways. Chapter 13 Life Design. Your life isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you actively design. Think of it as a portfolio not just of money, but of experiences, relationships, skills, and dreams. Here's a common mistake: people overestimate planning and underestimate testing. Life design isn't about creating perfect plans, it's about running small experiments to see what works. First, I need to figure everything out, many say. But that's the wrong approach. You can't think your way into the right life, you need to test your way into it. Here's a practical strategy: start small. Change one thing for 5 minutes. That small success creates momentum for bigger changes. Finally, redefine your criteria for success. Most people measure life by society's standards: money, status, possessions. What if you created your own criteria? What if success meant time with family, learning new skills, or helping others? Regularly evaluate your life to adjust course before problems become unfixable. Conclusion: life isn't about finding extra hours, it's about making your hours count. Each principle we've explored, from the perception of time to life design, works together to create a life worth living. Remember, time will keep passing, whether you use it wisely or not. Your daily choices shape your days shape your years, and your years shape your life. Start small. Choose one idea that resonates with you. Test it. Refine it. Make it yours. The best time to start living fully isn't someday. It's today.